Hey, old lady, why are you still hanging around here at my house? Seriously, it's getting ridiculous. Just hurry up and get out already, you useless old hag. Don't you know when you're not wanted?
Reese, what is it this time? Why are you always bringing this up? When you say hanging around, I'm just living in my own home, you know. I don't understand what you're getting at.
As if this is your house. How absolutely shameless can you be? Let's get something straight. This is my house now, okay? There is no reason for you to be here anymore, so why don't you just get out already? You don't belong here.
I've been living here as well for the past 3 years, Reese. What exactly do you expect to gain by pushing me out? I don't think you've thought this through.
Oh, honestly, are you serious? You're such a pain to live with. You don't even get my food preferences. I mean, how many times have I told you that I hate spicy food, but you keep making it? And don't even get me started on the laundry. You can't even decide whether to wash my clothes together with yours or separately. How clueless can you be? That kind of thing really grosses me out. You're so behind the times.
Well, I'm washing your clothes for you, so a little gratitude would be nice, actually. I don't have to do it, you know. And cooking might not be my strong suit, I admit, but I've been putting in an effort for you, trying to make things work.
So what? If it tastes bad, I'll say it tastes bad, okay? There's no reason for me to lie about it. I mean, honestly, it's not even edible sometimes. Well, not like it matters anyway, because all of that is coming to an end now. You don't have to bother anymore.
Coming to an end? What exactly do you mean by that, Reese?
When I was in high school, yeah, I let you do all the housework and stuff because it was easier that way. But guess what? Now I'm a medical student, all right? I've got a bright future ahead of me, unlike some people I know. As a promising medical student with a lot going for me, I don't need you here anymore. I've outgrown you. I'll just hire a housekeeper who's actually useful and does things right. So, are you going to pack up and get out now, or do I have to throw you out?
Isn't that going a bit too far? I'm still a part of this household, you know. You're really planning to kick me out just to hire a housekeeper? That is just absurd, Reese. Who exactly is going to pay that housekeeper? You're busy with your studies and you don't even have a part-time job. So how do you intend to afford a housekeeper? I'd really like to know your plan for that.
Huh? As if I would be paying for it myself. Do you even know me? Dad will cover it with future earnings or something, so I'll be fine. I'll have him pay for everything.
With future earnings? Oh, that is just ridiculous. That's not how things work in the real world, Reese. John doesn't have the funds to cover that, you know, unfortunately. It would be nice if he did, but that's not our reality. It would probably be better for both of us if you stopped thinking up ideas like pushing me out, don't you think? There's really no reason for it.
Are you trying to say you're underestimating Dad's capabilities or something? Do you actually think he can't do it? Have some faith in him.
No, that's not it, Reese. You're misunderstanding me. I'm just giving you my honest opinion. I know that you're John's stepchild, and I understand that you don't feel warmly toward me. I get it. But I still want to offer some guidance so you don't make mistakes. I don't want you to regret anything later.
Wow, that attitude of yours is so high and mighty. It's giving me chills. It's like you think you're better than me or something. Honestly, I don't care at all. You're not family to me, and that's the truth. And you're just a housekeeper who's underestimating Dad, by the way. Just get out already. Do you even know how much my tuition costs? It's $300,000, all right? That's a lot of money.
Yes, Reese, I'm fully aware of the amount. I know exactly what it costs.
And Dad's already covered all of it, you know. So that just goes to show that he obviously has enough to take care of me and all my needs. Honestly, you probably married him just for his money, didn't you? That's why you're here, isn't it? Don't you think it's time you set him free? You've had a good run. Honestly, seeing you around the house just annoys me to no end. Just looking at you is irritating.
Do you really think John was the one who paid that? You believe he covered it all? I understand why you'd think that, but that's not exactly how it went.
Whatever, just get out by the end of the weekend, all right? I don't care how you feel about it. If I come back and your stuff's still here, I'll throw it all out without hesitation. You've been warned.
I'm not going to let you just do as you please, Reese. I have rights here too. Reese, why don't we have a proper discussion with your father? I think he needs to hear about this.
Do you think I have time to chat with some housekeeper? Do you really think that? I'm an elite medical student, all right? I don't have time for you or your silly arguments. It's just a waste of my energy.
A housekeeper? That's all I am to you now? You really don't have a shred of respect for me, do you? Fine, if that's how it is, I'll speak to John about this. I understand now. I'll handle it.
Just get out already, you useless old hag. You're such a burden. You don't belong here anymore.
I'll be in touch. We're not done here. John, about Reese's tuition, haven't you talked to her yet? I told you to make sure to find the time to sit down with her and discuss it properly. I understand that it's hard to find the right timing, and maybe it seemed like the moment just never came up, but I really thought you had already explained it to her by now.
Reese's tuition? What exactly do you mean?
What do you mean, what? I'm talking about the fact that I'm the one who covered her tuition payments. You were going through a lot at the time, and I stepped in to take care of it, didn't I? I thought it was the right thing to do because, after all, we're family.
Oh, right. That. Yes, of course. I'm thankful to you for that. I mean it. I really appreciate that you handled it.
No, it's not about whether you're thankful or not. What I'm saying is Reese doesn't seem to know anything about it. She has no idea that I was the one paying her tuition. You didn't tell her, did you? This completely changes things, John.
Does it really matter that much? I mean, who paid or didn't pay? Is it really so important?
John? What? I don't understand what you're getting at.
Well, think about it. You and I are married now, right? Since we're a married couple, is it really that essential to make a big deal about who specifically paid for what? We're a family, aren't we? Whether you paid or I did, doesn't it just amount to the same thing?
Sorry, John, but I don't get your logic at all. Look, I know that Reese and I don't have the closest relationship, but wasn't the entire point of this situation to build some level of trust between us? I thought helping with her tuition would make her see that I care about her and her future. Instead, with things going this way, I feel like she's completely ready to kick me out of the house.
Kicking you out? Where did that come from?
Reese has been openly telling me to leave. She's been quite insistent about it. Can't you please say something to her? I think hearing it from you would make a difference.
Really? That sounds just like Reese. She has always been a bit outspoken, hasn't she?
John, this isn't a laughing matter for me at all. Honestly, it feels like you don't understand the impact this is having on me.
I understand my daughter, truly. The fact that she's acting out with you, saying such bold things. I think it's because she actually trusts you in her own way. I know it seems harsh, but maybe it's her way of trying to be close to you.
I really don't think that's what's happening here, John.
Trust me, everything will be fine. You just need to have a little faith in Reese. She's just being herself and she'll come around. She's always been like this.
John, it's not as simple as just trusting her or not. How about this? Let's set aside some time next week. Let's make sure the three of us can sit down and actually have a proper discussion about this.
Don't bother coming back here anymore. Actually, it's not even coming back. Just don't even try to enter. You don't have a place in this house anymore.
We're having this conversation again? Didn't I tell you we'd discuss everything with John next week? He'll be back from his business trip and we'll talk things over then together.
That's why I figured I'd settle it all before that.
Settle it?
I already changed the locks on the house, so you won't be able to get in anyway.
What? You changed the locks? What are you talking about? Why would you do something like that?
To keep you, a stranger, out of this house, of course. You still don't get it? A stepmother like you was never needed in the first place.
But to go as far as changing the locks?
That's how unnecessary you are. You're just a stranger. You're no parent. I've changed the locks, so don't ever come back to this house.
Then I'll stop paying your tuition.
Liar. Dad's the one paying.
Fine. Whatever. I don't care anymore. I'm tired of going back and forth with you like this, so let's just end it. All right, I won't come back to that house. And I'll cut all ties with you and become a stranger, just like you want. Are you happy with that?
We were strangers from the beginning anyway.
True enough. All right, let's go back to being strangers. I don't get along with you, and I don't think of you as family anymore. I'll also be expecting your repayment for the tuition. You're going to regret this, but that's not my concern anymore.
Saying whatever nonsense you want. I don't need you. I never did. And it's not just me. Dad didn't need you from the beginning either. You're just a gold-digging leech who latched onto him. You probably thought you could milk even more out of us once I became a doctor, but it's not going to work that way.
Sure. All right, whatever. Say whatever you want. Then I guess this is goodbye. I'll have a moving company pick up my things, so don't go throwing them out. Goodbye, Reese.
I don't want to hear anything more from you. I'm done with all this. I don't need to keep talking to you.
Then it's settled. I'm not going to change my mind, and you should be happy with the way things are. It was always going to end up like this.
I don't care. It was only a matter of time. You've never been a part of this family. You've always been an outsider.
You think you've won? You'll see what happens when all this blows up in your face. I'm leaving for good, but don't expect any help in the future. Don't come running to me when you realize you've made a mistake.
I'll be just fine without you. You've always tried to control everything, and now you've gone too far.
You're not going to get away with thinking you can do whatever you want. There are consequences, Reese. Don't be surprised when they come back to bite you.
I'm done with your threats. I'm not afraid of you anymore.
Well, we'll see how long that lasts, won't we?
I've already moved on from this. You should do the same and get out of my life. Pick up the phone. You need to pick up the phone right now. Dad's angry. Seriously, why aren't you answering?
Why do you think I'd want to talk to you? If you're calling because you're bored or something, then forget it. I've got better things to do than deal with you.
Oh, I see. So you think you're too busy to help out when I need something? You're just sitting there doing nothing, right? Why won't you help? Just pick up the phone already. Don't you care about what's going on?
Seriously? You're still this arrogant, huh? Even after everything that's happened. You still think you can talk to me like you did when things were normal? I am honestly shocked. You need to get over yourself. I don't know why you act like this, but you really need to understand that no one will put up with it in the real world when you get out there. People won't just give in to your attitude, and you'll be in trouble if you don't start learning some manners.
Oh, please, whatever. You're always like this. You're always acting like you've got better things to do. But this time, I need your help. You need to help me out right now. I don't care what you think. Just pick up.
You need help, huh? Well, I don't think I'm going to give you the time of day. I have no reason to deal with you anymore.
Wait, what do you mean you won't? Don't you understand that I need you to help? I don't have anyone else to turn to right now. I need you to do something, anything. Just pick up the phone, please. It's urgent.
Well, I don't know why you'd think I'd help. It's not like we have a relationship anymore, and to be honest, I'm not interested in hearing what you have to say. I've got my own life to live. I don't owe you anything.
You're unbelievable. Seriously, you're acting like this after everything? After what I've been going through? I don't care what you say. You're still my family, right? And right now, Dad is furious, and I need to figure out what's going on. So just pick up, please.
Oh, so you're acting like you actually need me? When was the last time you cared about me? You never had time for me before, and now all of a sudden you're calling me for help? You can't just treat people however you want and then expect them to be there when you need them.
Ugh, I can't believe you're saying this. You are so frustrating. Why are you always like this? What happened to you? You used to care, but now you're treating me like I'm a complete stranger. How did it come to this?
It's because you've treated me like a stranger for a long time. I'm just returning the favor. You've never once shown me any respect, and you've acted like everything's been my fault. I am done trying to please you. If you want to talk, you'll have to face the reality that things have changed.
You know what? Fine. If that's how you want to be, then go ahead. Just know that I still need your help, whether you want to admit it or not. But I guess I shouldn't expect you to understand that, right?
I understand perfectly. You think you can just come to me with all these problems when things go wrong and expect me to bail you out. But that's not how it works. I am not here to fix everything you mess up.
You know what? Forget it. But at least you should know I'm trying to help you out with something important. You really should listen when I'm telling you that Dad's angry. Do you even care what's happening?
Care? You think I should care? Why should I? Your father's done more than enough damage, and frankly, I don't see any reason to be involved in this mess. You two have created this situation, not me. I'm not going to keep cleaning up after your mistakes.
It's not just that. It's about the money. It's about everything, and you know it. You're the one who kept saying you wanted to be there for me, and now you're acting like I'm the enemy.
Oh, now we're talking about money? Well, if you're so concerned about that, you should be the one worrying about it. You want my help, huh? Then let's talk about your little tuition fee. You've got the nerve to call me about that?
Wait, what? What do you mean by that? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the $300,000 that I paid for your education. You think you can just ignore that and not pay me back?
What? You're joking, right? You didn't actually pay for my tuition, did you?
Why would I be joking about this? I paid for it. All of it, every last cent. I paid for your schooling because you couldn't afford it. Your dad couldn't afford it either, and honestly, he didn't even try to help. I was the one who stepped in, hoping it would help you out and bring us together as a family. But now you act like none of it matters. Why is that?
Wait, hold on. Dad didn't pay for it? I thought he did. What do you mean by all of this?
Of course he didn't pay for it. He could barely afford his own bills, let alone pay for your schooling. I was the one who made it happen because I thought it was the right thing to do. But now that you've moved on from me, you want to forget that I've been there for you all along?
What are you even talking about? I didn't know any of this. So wait, Dad didn't say anything about it?
No, he didn't, and now you're finding out the hard way. All those years of ignoring me, and now you finally realize I was the one who kept everything together. It's funny how you never saw it that way.
But why didn't you tell me? Why did you keep this from me?
Because frankly, you didn't deserve to know. You were too busy running around your own selfish needs, not caring about anyone else. I thought maybe if I helped, things would turn around, but I was wrong. I was naive.
This is crazy. I didn't know any of this. Dad told me he could afford it, and I always thought he was the one who helped me.
It's clear you didn't know anything, and that's exactly what I mean. You've never taken the time to understand anything beyond your own needs. That's why I'm done.
So what, you're just going to cut me off like this?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm cutting all ties. You'll have to deal with your father's mess by yourself. I've done enough.
Wait, no, you can't just leave me to deal with all of this alone. I can't believe this is happening.
Believe it. You'll have to handle all of this yourself. I'm not going to bail you out anymore. You'll have to figure it out just like your father. I'm done playing the role of the fixer.
But what about everything else? What about my tuition? You're just going to let it go?
You need to understand that I'm not going to support you forever. You need to stand on your own 2 feet. You owe me money now. Don't think I'm just going to forget that.
This isn't fair. Why didn't you ever tell me any of this before? Why wait until now to drop this bomb?
Because I'm done. This is the end. You'll have to pay me back somehow, and I'll make sure John does too. There is no way out of this for you.
How am I supposed to pay all of this back? I can't do this on my own.
You don't have a choice. If you want to continue your education, you'll have to find a way to pay for it. You can't expect me to keep helping you.
This is all too much. How did everything go so wrong?
It went wrong because you never took responsibility. You always thought someone else would step in and fix things. Well, now you know. No one's going to bail you out anymore.
You're right. I should have done better. But please don't leave me like this.
It's too late for that. You've got to face the music now. It's over. And as for John, he's not going to be able to help you either, so good luck with everything.
Why haven't you been picking up the phone after I've been calling you this whole time? I heard from Reese. What he did was truly the worst, but to cut ties with me so suddenly, are you out of your mind? Aren't we supposed to be a couple, supporting each other, helping each other through difficult times? What happened to that? I thought that was what marriage was about, but now you're acting like I'm some kind of stranger to you. You can't just throw everything away like this. This is not how things were supposed to go.
Huh? What are you talking about? You still don't understand? You don't realize that you created this situation yourself. All of this is because of your own actions. You're the one who's responsible for all of this chaos, so stop pretending like this is all happening to you out of nowhere. I am done trying to explain things to you, but you really don't seem to get it.
Why would you say something like that? Are you seriously blaming me for all of this? You can't possibly be saying that it's all my fault, can you? If you hadn't been hiding things from Reese in the first place, none of this would have happened. If you had just been honest with him, things wouldn't have gone this far. You wouldn't have lost everything, and I wouldn't have had to take responsibility for things that weren't mine to begin with.
I forgave you for your business failure, your debts, and even your affair. I let it all slide because I thought we were family, that we were in this together. I thought we could get through this as a team, but you just keep making things worse, John. I supported you through all of that, and now look where we are. You still don't get it, do you? You can't just ignore the consequences of your actions. You have to face them now.
Affair? What are you talking about? You don't mean that.
Don't worry, I never told Reese about that. I couldn't bring myself to do that to her. It would have been too cruel for her to know that her own father was such a scumbag. Can you imagine how that would have affected him? She would have been devastated. She doesn't deserve that. It's bad enough that she's going to have to deal with the fact that you can't even afford to pay her tuition. She won't be able to continue college, and she's going to have to work part-time just to survive. Meanwhile, she's going to be stuck trying to support a useless father like you.
Hold on, I didn't have an affair. Why are you bringing that up now?
Yeah, well, we're not at the point where we're going to discuss that anymore. The time for those kinds of talks is over. I've already left everything else to the lawyer. Now you need to focus on yourself and, most importantly, on your daughter. I am done wasting any more of my time on you. I've given enough, and I am not going to continue to involve myself in your problems. You should really start thinking about your daughter and stop acting like this is all just someone else's fault. She's the one who's going to suffer from all of this, so maybe you should consider that. You should try being a father for once. You have failed in so many ways, but there is still time to make things right. Well then, John, goodbye. I'm finished here. I'm not going to deal with this any longer. From now on, you need to handle things with the lawyer. It's your mess, so clean it up. I'm done.
I've decided to drop out of college. After thinking it through, I realized that by doing so, I'll be able to get a refund for the tuition I already paid. I'm going to use that money to pay back what I owe you. It seems like the right thing to do, given the situation.
Honestly, I didn't think you'd contact me again, but it's clear now that this was something that needed to be said. I get it. All right, I understand. From this point on, you can leave everything to the lawyer. I trust they'll take care of things from here on out.
I contacted you directly because I've just been feeling awful. I wanted to apologize, Becca. I know this probably isn't what you were expecting to hear, but I felt it was important to say that to you in person.
Apologize? You're apologizing now?
Yes, after talking to the lawyer and my dad, I learned that everything you said about what happened is true. I was completely wrong, and I failed to understand everything you were trying to tell me. I'm sorry for not listening, for not understanding. I was too blind to see it. I truly regret my actions, and I want to make it right, even if it's too late now.
You don't need to apologize anymore, Reese. It's not going to change anything at this point. But I do have to say, I'm glad that you've matured enough to apologize. It shows that you've grown, and that's something I can appreciate.
I know it doesn't change anything, but I truly didn't realize everything you did for me until things got this far. I was too focused on myself to understand the sacrifices you were making for me. I'm sorry, Becca. I know it's too late, but I want you to know that I'll do my best to move forward and take responsibility. I'll try harder, not just for myself, but for Dad as well. I'll make things right.
I understand, Reese. I know you're still young and you have plenty of time ahead of you. You'll figure things out, even if it feels tough right now. Take the situation as a lesson and use it to guide your future. College may not have worked out, but I really hope you'll find something you truly want to do, something you can be passionate about.
Wait, you knew about everything? You knew all along?
Yes, I knew. I may not have shown it, but I've seen the effort you've been putting in, especially with your studies, like working toward becoming a hairdresser. I'm proud of you for sticking with it. You've shown me that you can learn and that you can grow. That's something I've always hoped for, and I'm glad you're finding your way.
I never thought I'd hear you say that. Thank you, Becca. Thank you for everything you've done for me. I won't forget it.
Well, I guess this is goodbye. We probably won't see each other again, but I wish you the best of luck, Reese. Take care of yourself, and don't forget to keep growing. That's all I want for you. Be well. After that, I never saw the two of them again, but the money I had lent them was fully repaid several years later. At first, I wasn't sure if they would ever make good on their promise to pay me back. There were so many uncertainties, and I couldn't help but feel frustrated. But life has a strange way of unfolding. Time passed, and I didn't hear from them for a long while. During that time, I kept thinking about everything that had happened, about the decisions I had made, and about the people involved. At some point, I even wondered if I would ever get the money back. After all, so many things had gone wrong. There was no guarantee of anything. But eventually, the unexpected happened. The money came back, slowly but surely. I was surprised at how things turned out. After everything that had happened, after everything I had been through with John and Reese, I had no idea what to expect, but they proved me wrong. I suppose that's one of the lessons life teaches us sometimes. Things don't always go the way we think, and people aren't always who we expect them to be. Even after everything, John and Reese managed to pay me back. I don't know exactly what happened during the years we didn't speak, but whatever it was, it seemed like they had made some kind of change. John in particular seemed to have changed in a way I hadn't anticipated. I know that Reese played a role in making him see things differently. He wasn't the same person I had known before, and it was clear that Reese had become someone who could make him reflect on his past mistakes. I have to admit, I didn't expect that. In fact, I thought they might drift further apart as time passed. But somehow, against all odds, they had managed to find their way back to each other. I believe that over time they both realized how much they needed to grow, both individually and together. They were no longer the same people who had made all those mistakes, and while I can't claim to fully understand everything they went through, I have to acknowledge that something had changed. There was a sense of maturity that had taken root in them. Maybe it was Reese's influence, or maybe it was simply the passage of time. I couldn't tell you for sure. But it was clear to me that John had become a more responsible person. The way he approached everything seemed different. I couldn't help but feel a sense of pride, knowing that somehow, despite all the mistakes they had made, they were trying to build something better together. John and Reese were no longer just two people lost in their own problems. They had become a team. They had learned from their mistakes, and now it seemed like they were genuinely trying to work things out and make something of their lives. I don't know what the future holds for them, but I can say that I am hopeful for their future. I don't expect everything to be perfect, but they've come a long way from where they started. So while I may have had my doubts back then, I can confidently say now that I believe they are doing their best. They've worked hard and they've learned from their experiences. I hope they continue to grow and make good choices. The road they've walked hasn't been easy, but I'm glad to see they've made it this far.
Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
In the end, Brian hasn't changed his mind at all, has he? Even though I was completely opposed to marrying a girl who only finished middle school. It's so frustrating, I can't believe this is happening. Does he not realize what he's doing to this family?
Amanda, are you seriously bringing this up in the morning of the wedding? I mean, come on. I know you're not enthusiastic about my marriage to Brian, but to hear you say this right up to today is just incredibly disappointing.
What do you mean by just? What do you want to say?
Well, it just makes me feel uncomfortable, you know? It's not something I expected to hear from you, especially not now.
It's a lot more uncomfortable for me to watch my son marry someone like you, who doesn't have much going for her. You should really realize that you're making everyone around you feel uneasy, you know? It's hard to support this union when I see how mismatched you both are.
I'm not trying to do anything like that. I thought we were beyond these judgments.
Listen, my husband is the president of a well-known company. Brian was groomed to be a successor through elite education. He's had the best opportunities and training imaginable. There's just no comparison between him and someone like you, who hasn't received much of an education at all. How can you even think you could fit into our family?
What kind of way is that to talk? I received an education too, you know. Just because I didn't go to a prestigious school doesn't mean I'm unworthy.
From that foolish father of yours, right? It's probably not even a decent education. Don't fool yourself.
That's not true at all. My father worked hard to provide for me, and he instilled values in me that you wouldn't understand.
If you don't have money or a good educational background, and you have no mother to speak of, all you have is a foolish man by your side. The more I think about it, the more I realize you are completely unworthy of being part of our family. It's just a fact.
My father is not foolish. I grew up receiving a lot of love from him. He has a good relationship with Brian too, and that counts for something, doesn't it?
Brian is a kind-hearted at his core. He said that after he takes after our family business, he wants to focus on charitable work. Honestly, I can't wrap my head around why we should help the poor. They're just people who aren't putting in enough effort and expect handouts instead of working hard for what they want.
I actually want to help with Brian's charitable projects. There are many people in the world who suffer from poverty for unavoidable reasons, and I believe we should help those who truly need it.
Sure, there are people like that, but you, on the other hand, seem like a poor person who hasn't made any effort, right? It's so typical for people like you to want to play the victim instead of taking responsibility for your own life.
How can you be so sure about that? You don't even know me.
Well, it's obvious when you look at it. You're someone who blames everything on your environment and has been coddled throughout your life. I'm sure your father is just like that too. He's so soft on himself that he never grows. He probably spoiled you, didn't he? Especially your father, of course. With that foolish face of his, it's no wonder his wife ran away from him. She probably saw how incapable he was.
Is that so? I'll remember what you said, and I hope you remember it as well.
Yes, your father is foolish. And you, born from that foolishness, are foolish too. Keep that in mind. This is valuable advice coming from a successful person.
Well then, I'm looking forward to the wedding. Despite everything, I hope you enjoy it. But really, don't expect too much.
Yes, I look forward to it too. But honestly, I can't wait to see how cheap your wedding dress looks. I'm sure it'll be just as disappointing as your attitude.
You think you can judge me based on my choices? I didn't choose to be in this position. Life just turned out this way for me. You act like your life is perfect just because you have money.
It's not about money, it's about standards. You don't understand the weight of what it means to marry into a family with a legacy. We have expectations and a reputation to uphold, and you don't fit into that picture at all. You need to understand that, for your sake, as much as ours.
I understand perfectly well. And I'm not trying to fit into your picture. I'm marrying Brian because I love him, not because I want to join your so-called elite family. If that's the only thing you care about, then maybe it's you who should take a step back and reevaluate your values.
How dare you speak to me like that? You think your love is enough? Love doesn't pay the bills or keep the family name intact. You're in way over your head, Sophia. The sooner you realize that, the better off you'll be.
You can keep your judgments to yourself. I'm not here to please you or anyone else. I'm doing what feels right for me, and I won't apologize for that. Just because you don't understand my choices doesn't mean they are wrong.
Fine, do whatever you want, but just know that it will come back to haunt you. You're in for a rude awakening, and I can't wait to see how this all turns out. Good luck today. You're going to need it.
Sophia, today is finally your wedding day. I might just burst out crying and make a scene, so please forgive me if I do.
No, please don't shout. That would be so embarrassing for me.
Wait, something bothering you? You don't seem very cheerful. Is it possible that you're feeling a bit of wedding jitters?
Oh no, it's nothing like that. I don't have any worries about marrying Brian. I really believe we can make each other happy. It's just that...
Could it be something to do with Amanda?
Huh? How did you know? Dad, do you know something about her?
What do you mean, know something? Are you referring to the fact that Amanda has the worst personality in the world? Of course I know that. I've talked to her face to face before.
Wait, really? What did she say?
Well, I can't remember everything, but she was going on about her family background and education and stuff like that. In the end, I couldn't quite figure out what she was trying to say. Felt like she just wanted to boast about her family.
I see. So you've experienced her attitude too. I've been dealing with her snide remarks all the time. Just a little while ago, she said something really awful.
What kind of awful thing did she say?
Well, it's not something you need to worry about, Dad. It was just the usual, I won't approve of your marriage kind of nonsense. To hear that on the morning of my wedding is just ridiculous, right?
Come on, just be honest with me. What exactly did she say to you? You were looking down a little earlier, so it must have been something pretty harsh, right?
Really, it's nothing to be worried about. I promise I'm fine.
Did she say something about me? I'm sorry for always being such a burden to you.
Huh? No, it's not that at all.
Isn't it? You don't have to hide it. I know that I'm the one who's inadequate. I've always felt like I've troubled you in some way.
You're not a burden at all. Remember the parent-teacher meetings? I was the one who made you embarrassed. The time I showed up covered in oil.
That's ancient history. I really don't care about it anymore. I might have thought you should have at least wiped your face, but...
Anyway, I'm really grateful to you, Dad. You raised me all on your own, and that's something I appreciate so much.
If I were smarter and could earn more money, I would have been able to give you a more luxurious life. Instead, I've been the one relying on you, and you've even helped me out. Because of that, you couldn't even go to high school.
It's fine. I chose not to go to high school on my own. Besides, you gave up your dream of becoming a comedian for my sake.
That doesn't matter. It's not like it was my dream or anything. I was just invited to do some comedy. I always know deep down that I didn't have any real talent for it.
But I've seen videos of your stand-up routines from back in the day, and they were really funny. You definitely had talent.
No, that's not true at all. It really isn't.
So you don't have to feel sorry for me. Today is my big day. You should focus on that.
But that's exactly why I can't help but reminisce about everything. Still, you're right. It wouldn't be good for me to dwell on my feelings. I'm really looking forward to seeing you in your wedding dress. You can bet I'll be recording every moment.
Yeah, thank you, Dad. I'll see you later. Amanda, what was that speech just now? Why were you only talking about me?
Well, of course. I had things I wanted to say to you. My husband and I are simply respecting Brian's decision, but that doesn't mean we recognize you as a suitable bride. Everyone needs to understand that clearly.
But to speak so ill of me like that, it's not just my reputation that's at stake here. You've tarnished your own as well.
It's far worse for people to think we welcomed you as a bride. We have executives from my husband's company and CEOs from business partners here today. I had to say what I did to set the record straight.
I can't believe this. I just can't accept it. Calling me poor and a high school dropout in front of everyone? And I'm supposed to give my speech after this? How am I supposed to show my face?
Well, you could just show up with your usual downcast, miserable look. With no mother, no money, and no education, it's only natural for you to be looked down upon. You should be grateful that you even had a place in my wedding speech.
How can you say that? You know this is my special day too. All I wanted was to enjoy my wedding and celebrate with everyone. But instead you've turned it into a scene where I feel humiliated.
Listen, this is about making sure everyone knows the truth. People need to see you for who you really are, and I'm just doing my part. If you're embarrassed, maybe that's just a reflection of the life you've led.
You really don't care about how I feel, do you? You're so focused on your own image and what people think that you've lost sight of what today is supposed to be about.
This day is not just for you. It's also about Brian and our family. And I'll do whatever it takes to protect our family's reputation. If that means I have to say some harsh truths, then so be it.
But the things you said were cruel. You could have found a way to express your concerns without tearing me down like that. It doesn't matter if I come from a different background. I still have feelings.
Oh, please. Feelings don't matter when it comes to the real world. People will judge you based on where you come from, and you need to accept that. If you want to fit in with our family, you'll need to toughen up.
I can't believe you think this is acceptable behavior. Today is supposed to be a celebration of love, but you turned it into a competition of social status. How can you be so heartless?
It's not about being heartless. It's about being realistic. If you can't handle a little criticism, how will you handle the real challenges of being part of this family? It's a tough world out there, and you need to be prepared for it.
I can handle challenges, but not like this. Your words have hurt me deeply, and they've made this day feel like a nightmare instead of a celebration. I just want to be accepted for who I am, not judged based on where I come from.
Hey, don't get too carried away.
Huh? What's your problem? Do you have something to complain about?
Of course I do. How could you say those things about Sophia in front of so many people?
I only spoke the truth, you know. If you're getting upset over the truth, maybe that just shows your lack of proper upbringing.
Sure, it's true that she doesn't have much education and is not well off, but Sophia's generally a kind and good person.
Being kind and good isn't enough to get by in this world, you know. Well, I guess being poor and foolish must run in the family, poor thing.
You can make fun of me all you want, but I will absolutely not allow you to insult Sophia like that.
No, really? And what are you going to do about it? Someone like you, who has no power, how could you possibly get back at me?
I'll just punch you right in your face.
You would raise your hand against a woman? That's disgusting. I'll definitely have to let everyone know about this later. I'll let Brian know too. Maybe he'll reconsider marrying you after hearing about this.
Damn it! I will not forgive you. Absolutely not.
Don't act tough when you can't do anything. Come on, Sophia's speech is about to start.
Sophia's in shock, and the ceremony has temporarily paused. The guests are all taken aback.
What? Everyone seems to be enjoying themselves.
If you really think that, then you're even more of a fool than I thought. No one was having a good time. They were just murmuring and looking around.
You may have seen it that way, but everyone was laughing at the situation. Poor people just don't understand humor, can they?
Well then, I'll just spread that speech all over the internet. Then we'll see what the reactions are online.
Go ahead, do what you want. But I'll also let everyone know that you tried to hit me.
I didn't mean to hit you or anything like that.
Who was it that said, I'll just punch you right in the face? Oh look, Sophia's reputation is going to take another hit.
Damn it! Alright, if that's how it's going to be, I'll explain everything myself.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about how you're making a scene and ruining everything for Sophia. You need to realize that what you said has real consequences. Sophia was excited about her wedding day, and then you just had to go and tear her down in front of everyone. How could you be so heartless?
Heartless? I'm just being honest. Someone needs to tell the truth, especially in situations like this. It's not my fault that Sophia does not measure up to our standards.
You think this is about standards? This is about being human. It's about compassion. You can't just bulldoze over someone's feelings because you think you're better than them.
Oh, please, spare me the lecture. You think I care about feelings? This is a wedding, not a therapy session. People need to know what they're getting into, and if Sophia can't handle a little honesty, then she shouldn't be marrying into our family.
What you call honesty is nothing more than cruelty. You have no idea how much courage it takes to stand up there and give a speech in front of all those people. And you just crushed her spirit. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Ashamed? For what? For pointing out the obvious, someone has to do it. If not me, then who? You? You're too soft-hearted to say anything of substance.
I'm not soft-hearted. I just believe in treating people with respect. What you did today was a disgrace. You might think you're making a point, but all you did was highlight your own ignorance and insecurity. Sophia deserves better, and you know it.
Oh, spare me your righteous indignation. This is the real world, and not everyone gets a trophy for showing up. If Sophia wants to be a part of our family, she needs to toughen up and understand how things really work.
And if she chooses not to be part of your twisted idea of a family, then so be it. You need to accept that some people can be kind and still stand tall without fitting into your mold of success. You might want to take a look in the mirror and reevaluate what truly matters in life. Sophia, can I have a word with you? I need to give a speech right now.
Huh? No, Brian is suggesting we pause the ceremony for a moment.
Oh, I think that's a good idea. If the atmosphere is like this, it will ruin everything. But before we pause, let me give my speech. I need to make sure that guy understands where I stand.
A speech? What do you plan to talk about?
Honestly, I'm not entirely sure, but I definitely don't want him to just walk away with a victory like this. I have something to say in response, and I'll give him a piece of my mind. A speech for a speech.
I get it now.
Just give me the chance to speak, Sophia. I can't let this go unchallenged. It's important for everyone to hear my side of the story.
Okay, I'll make sure you get your moment. Just be careful about what you say.
You don't get too full of yourself. Do you really think you can get back at me with that ridiculous speech of yours?
I said everything I needed to say. I even presented evidence of just how terrible you are as a person, and I spoke in a way that was easy for people to understand.
Your speech seemed to have a strange sense of excitement around it. But it doesn't mean anything when someone as pathetic as you tries to pick a fight with us. You might have tried to call me out, but that speech was utterly pointless.
No, it wasn't pointless at all. If you genuinely believe it was meaningless, then you wouldn't be getting so worked up about it, would you? More importantly, Brian has said he wants to cut ties with his family. That alone makes it meaningful.
Wait, what? Brian said that.
Yes, he finally realized that your presence is nothing but harmful to Sophia. He's been caught in the middle, torn between his family and his fiancé, but he's finally chosen to prioritize Sophia.
What? What will happen to our company then? It's far too convenient for him to just withdraw from being the successor at this point.
I'm not well versed in company matters, but whether Brian decides to step down or not, the company is in serious trouble, isn't it?
What do you mean?
There are important clients here today, right? If I were an influential person, I wouldn't want to be associated with a company whose representative publicly mistreats his wife. Moreover, there's evidence out in the open showing that this kind of mistreatment happens on a regular basis. Right now, it seems your husband is busy apologizing to the guest.
Wait, is that really happening?
You're a bit too oblivious to the situation, aren't you? Things are far more serious than you think.
I need to do something about this immediately.
You have to understand that your actions have consequences. Your husband's reputation is on the line, and so is the future of your family's business. If Brian truly decides to cut ties, it will reflect poorly not only on him, but on you as well. This is not just a small issue that can be brushed aside.
I can't believe this is happening. I need to talk to Sophia right now. Sophia, I sincerely apologize for everything that's happened.
What's the point now? I suppose you were instructed to apologize to your husband or something. I don't need an insincere apology.
Please don't say that. I'm truly sorry. I really regret my actions.
How could someone as corrupt as you truly feel remorse? However, if you genuinely are remorseful, then you will, of course, cover the cancellation fees for this ceremony, compensate me for my emotional distress, and pay for the next ceremony as well, right?
Of course. I can pay that much. Could you please let Brian know? I can't reach him at all.
He has said that he will never speak to his mother again, so whatever you try will be in vain.
Then, could you at least support me online?
Support? What do you mean?
Well, you see, my husband's company and I are currently facing a massive backlash. We've received numerous notifications of canceled contracts, and it seems there's even a boycott happening. At this rate, we might go bankrupt soon.
So you want the victim, me, to take your side?
Yes. If the victim does that, it should be calm the backlash, right? Please.
How selfish can you get? This is unacceptable. Please stop contacting me.
Wait a minute. If we go bankrupt like this, you'll also have a hard time waking up to reality, won't you? The employees will end up jobless too. Is that what you want?
It almost sounds like you're blaming me for this. It's all your fault, isn't it? Plus, Brian has apparently decided to use the business knowledge you instilled in him to become independent. It might take some time, but he intends to make an effort to provide opportunities for the employees who are left without jobs. So there's no need for you to worry.
Hold on. Please, just wait.
Oh, I almost forgot. I'm formally suing you for defamation.
Wait. Are you really going to kick me when I'm down? I've already faced enough social backlash.
No amount of punishment is enough. You humiliated my father in front of everyone. I don't mind being made a fool of, but I cannot tolerate someone making a fool of my father.
Wait a minute. Did I hear you correctly? So you're saying that your father said something similar to me?
What?
He said, you can make fun of me as much as you want, but don't make fun of my daughter. So if that's the case, doesn't that mean I can make fun of both of you?
What are you talking about?
Both of you are saying that it's fine to make fun of yourselves. That means I'm free to mock either of you.
What are you really saying? I mean, if we're going by your logic, then both of you said I won't allow anyone to make fun of the other, right? So if it's a situation where both can be made fun of and neither can be made fun of at the same time? Wait, what am I even saying?
I'm starting to lose track of this conversation, but both my husband and I are going to end up living in hardship because of our massive debts. We might not be able to survive at all. Is that okay with you?
Yes, you should get a taste of poverty. Oh, but don't ask anyone for help, okay? After all, the poor are responsible for their own situation, right?
You're serious about this, aren't you? It's utterly insane to think you could just sit there and act as if this is all a game. Do you realize how serious this is?
Yes, it is serious. It's as serious as the harm you've caused my family, Amanda.
And the impact doesn't just stop with me. It affects everyone connected to me, including Brian. You don't seem to understand that.
Oh, I understand just fine. The only problem is you don't want to accept any responsibility for your actions. You're trying to shift the blame onto everyone else, thinking you can escape the consequences. But that's not how it works.
You really think I'm trying to escape? What a laugh. You're the one who should take a good look in the mirror and recognize your part in all of this. My husband is suffering because of your insults and disrespect toward my family.
Then maybe you should have thought twice before getting involved with a family like mine. Maybe you should have considered the implications of your actions and how they would affect everyone around you.
How dare you put this all on me? This is your fault, not mine. If you hadn't insulted my father publicly, none of this would have happened.
And yet here we are. You're refusing to see the truth and keep digging your own grave deeper. You think throwing accusations at me will save you from the mess you created? It's delusional.
What I think is delusional is how you refuse to acknowledge your role in this. You act as if you're completely innocent in the whole affair, but that's not true.
Oh, please. If you're going to keep insisting on that, then I'm done talking to you. I have nothing more to say. Goodbye, Amanda. I hope you enjoy living with the mess you created.
Wow, what a journey has been. There were so many challenges along the way. But now that I've cut ties so clearly, it all seems to have turned out for the best.
I really owe it all to you, Dad. Thank you so much for everything.
What are you talking about? It's all thanks to your hard work and determination that we're here today.
No, really, it was your speech that made a huge difference. Did you know that the video of that speech is going viral online?
Wait, what do you mean viral? What does that even mean?
It means that a lot of people are watching it on the internet. There's They're saying it's hilarious, almost like a stand-up comedy routine. It's getting rave reviews. People are loving the fact that a father stood up to protect his daughter who was insulted by her nasty mother-in-law in front of so many people. It's a classic example of the ideal father.
Are you serious? It's amazing. I can't believe it. But you know, during that speech, I felt this incredible energy. It was like I was really in the moment. Maybe I should consider doing something like that again.
You see, deep down, I think you still have some dreams of your own that you're holding on to. Just be honest with me about it. You don't have to worry about my feelings anymore.
Well, I suppose it wouldn't be completely true to say I don't have any dreams left. I mean, it's been a long time since I felt that joy speaking in front of an audience and getting a reaction from them. It felt so good to make people laugh again. I'd almost forgotten how much I enjoyed bringing joy to others through humor.
That just goes to show how much I've been focused on you and your well-being all this time. Thank you, Dad. Everyone is right. You truly are the ideal father. Amanda's actions led to a catastrophic blow for the company. The repercussions were severe, as the company not only struggled but eventually went bankrupt after a while. This situation did not only affect the business, it also had a significant impact on Amanda's personal life. Her relationship with her husband deteriorated rapidly, resulting in a divorce. They both found themselves burdened with immense debt. In addition to this financial turmoil, they faced cancellation fees for their wedding venue, the expenses associated with planning a new wedding, and were also ordered to pay me compensation for the emotional distress caused. It seemed that they had even lost their home, which pushed them further into a pile of debt. They were reportedly wandering the streets, their faces reflecting utter despair. It is likely that they will never recover from this downfall. I can only imagine the feelings coursing through them as they now lead a life of poverty, a reality they once mocked. I wonder what thoughts fill Amanda's mind now, considering how she used to belittle those living a difficult life, unaware of the consequences of her actions. On the other hand, my life has taken a much brighter turn. I have remarried Brian, and we are celebrating our life together with a beautiful wedding. Each day is filled with happiness as we create new memories and cherish each other's company. It's a stark contrast to the chaos that Amanda and her husband are experiencing. My father, too, has found new motivation in the wake of the situation. He decided to pursue his dream of becoming a comedian once again, inspired by the events that unfolded. As a stand-up comedian, he has taken to the stage with his unique style, using his experiences and humor to connect with audiences. I've had the pleasure of watching him perform at various venues, and his energy is incredible. He looks so alive and vibrant up there, making people laugh while sharing stories from his life. It's clear that he had given up a lot for my sake over the years, and now he is finally able to chase his dreams. Seeing my father pursue his passion fills me with pride. I feel a deep sense of gratitude for everything he has done for me, and I want to support him in his journey. As I have grown into an adult, I realize how important it is to give back to my parents, especially considering the sacrifices they made. I am determined to encourage my father in this new chapter of his life. As for me, I have truly matured through all the experiences I've encountered. The struggles I've faced have shaped who I am today. With Brian by my side, I feel empowered and ready to take on whatever life throws at us. Our relationship is built on trust and mutual support, and I can't help but feel optimistic about our future. Thinking back on Amanda, I can't help but feel a mixture of emotions. While I don't wish her ill, it's hard to overlook the fact that her choices led her down this path. She once enjoyed a life filled with luxury, but now she finds herself in a situation where even the basic necessities are hard to come by. I wonder if she ever reflects on her past decisions, especially regarding her treatment of others. It's a reminder that our actions have consequences, and life can change in an instant. As I continue to build my life with Brian, I find joy in the little things. Our mornings together are filled with laughter and shared dreams. We often talk about our goals and aspirations, and it feels liberating to have someone who understands and supports my ambitions. Each day, I strive to make choices that reflect the values I hold dear, not just for myself, but also for the loved ones around me. In light of everything, I have also come to appreciate the importance of community and family. During tough times, It's essential to have a support system. I've made a conscious effort to strengthen my bonds with my family and friends, recognizing that they are vital to my happiness. I encourage my father to share his comedic journey with them, inviting them to his shows and cheering them on. In these moments, I see a new chapter unfolding, not just for myself, but for my father as well. His decision to pursue comedy has not only revived his spirit, but has also brought us closer together. We share laughs over his routines and discuss the nuances of his performances. It's heartwarming to see how far he has come and the joy he brings to others. I can't help but reflect on how life has a way of surprising us. When one door closes, another opens, and I've learned to embrace these changes with an open heart. My relationship with Brian is a testament to this idea. It blossomed in a time when I least expected it, and it has enriched my life immeasurably. As I navigate this journey, I keep Amanda in mind, not as a figure of resentment, but as a reminder of the importance of making wise choices. Life is unpredictable, and while I wish her the best, I also hope that she learns from her experiences. The road to recovery is long, and I can only hope she finds the strength to rise again, just as my father has. I am committed to supporting my father, and I plan to be there for him as he continues to chase his dream of making people laugh. His resilience is inspiring, and I aspire to carry that same spirit in my life. As we both move forward, I believe in the power of hope and determination. Together, we will face whatever challenges lie ahead, with laughter as our guide. In conclusion, while Amanda's story is one of caution, mine is filled with hope and renewal. Life's twists and turns have led me to a place of joy and fulfillment, and I cherish every moment with Brian and my family. I look forward to a future filled with love, laughter, and the pursuit of dreams, supporting my father along the way as he embraces his passion once more.